All right, what is up, UCF fans, Big 12 fans, and any college football fans watching this video just because you're a recruiting nerd like myself? So you can see on the screen here, Duane Thomas Jr. He transferred or committed to transferring and signed with UCF earlier today. I was a little late putting this video out, but figured better late than never. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what you're getting. He was playing at Charlotte the past 2 years and actually got a decent amount of play at Charlotte. So we can dive into his PFF grades and his stats there. But also to give you an idea as a player out of high school, you can see here he was a 3-star 84 level prospect. So not a nobody, but definitely a guy that didn't have a ton of heat around him. You can see here Charlotte is the only listed offer according to 24/7 Sports, and his composite ranking is just inside the top 2,000. So not a super highly coveted prospect. A smaller guy, 5'8", 170 pounds. You can read here he competes in track and field events. As a junior, took third in Florida's 1A state track meet in the long jump, also part of a 4x100 squad that placed fourth. So pretty nice athlete there. In 2022, his senior season of high school, caught 35 passes for 606 yards and 6 touchdowns. Also carried the ball 35 times for 287 yards and 4 more scores. Helped Chaminade, I'm not going to try, Madonna Prep capture the Florida 1M title. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what he's bringing to the team stat-wise, PFF grade-wise. Let's take a look at it. So I'm going to switch this over. I didn't look at his rushing, but after looking at the high school, it sounds like he might. Oh, so he did get some carries. Yeah, nothing crazy, but he got some carries in his career. 7 carries, 29 yards. So nothing to write home about. 1 carry over 10 yards on 7 carries. Pretty nice. But really, we're going to want to look at his receiving. Let's take a look at what you're getting in this guy, UCF fans. You can see here 78.4% of his snaps were played in the slot. So this is a slot receiver. If the size wasn't a dead giveaway, the snap percentages should be 5'8", 175 pounds. This is a slot guy. This is a jitterbug. You put in the slot, you let him do his thing, you let him, make some people look silly, juke them out of their shoes, catch the ball and take off. So let's take a look at the deeper stats. So these are always nice to look at, guys, the grades, but I think as time goes on with PFF, this is what I look at, these numbers over here. So yards per route run. So basically that takes total yards divided by total number of routes you ran. He's right at about 1 yard per route run, which is quite low. You'd want at least like 1.5, right? They're not targeting him much when he is on the field. Like you can see this past year, his total number of snaps, let's see. Let me switch it. So I'm going to switch this back over to offense, but his total number of snaps was 138, right? And 77 of those were pass plays. So considering that 77 pass plays, he was only targeted 9 times, which is not super high. He did reel in 6 of those for 63 yards, 10.5 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. The year before, he was utilized quite a bit more, 55.8 catch percentage, 43 targets, 24 catches, 10.2 yards a catch, 244 yards. So really made an impact as a true freshman in 2023 for Charlotte. And one thing I like over here, I think this is a pro in his column, is this yak per reception. So every time this guy catches the ball, he's getting 4.5 yards on average after the catch. And that's pretty consistent, 4 and 4.6 over 2 seasons. So he is a good after the catch guy. You can see over here, the average depth of target is 10.8. 8.3. His average depth of target was a little deeper this past year, but that basically means he's catching it and getting a first down every time he catches the ball, right? Because he's catching it for about 10 yards and then breaking it up for a few more. I think that's a promising sign, right? I think that's about all we'll go over for him. He's a slot receiver, a little bit of production, one decent year of production at Charlotte, and then this past year, not so much. I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts in a second. Also, I'm going to grade him on a scale of 1 star to 5 star. 1 star being a guy that really is a project that needs a lot of work, a 5 star being one of the best players in all of college football, a 3 star being a good starter. I'm excited to dive in, talk about him a little more, guys. And so stick around if you guys want to hear my final thoughts. Comment down below. What are your final thoughts as well? Okay, so let's go ahead and grade this kid, Duane Thomas. I would say he doesn't seem like a bad player, but I will be a little critical of the fact that he was playing at Charlotte. I think it's impressive that he got out there his freshman year and made an impact. And it kind of has me torn a little bit, where he was able to get out there his freshman year and make an impact, which is impressive. But then sophomore year, not much to write home about, right? Not as much playing time. So I think that's a little concerning, especially because Charlotte, the competition you're competing against for starting reps is not at the level of a P4 team like a UCF. So this is where I'm at. I'm gonna grade him. Like I said, guys, 1 star complete project, 2 star average starter, 3 star good starter, 4 star great starter, 5 star elite top of college football starter. Comment your grade below. How do you feel about this kid? I'm going to go ahead and give him a 1.5 star. I don't think he's a complete project, but I think we're looking at a below average starter. He'll get in there, he'll get some reps, but he's a below average starter, at least from what we're seeing in the PFF grades. And coming out of high school, he wasn't a super sought after project. So not a complete, prospect. So not a complete total project, but a guy that's, unlikely to make a huge impact on the offense next year. Again, that's just my take, but that is what I'm seeing here. Before we get out of here, guys, subscribe to the channel if you appreciate the content. Hit the notification bell so you can always know when your team's getting new players, and we'll be doing player breakdowns for you and just any news going on around the Big 12, around the NCAA. Make sure you stay tuned and like the video. I don't think it really does much for the algorithm, just being honest with you. It doesn't seem to affect anything. There's guys that get way more views than me that actually get way less likes, which is always odd. Anyway, so make sure you like the video if you appreciate it, right? It'd be nice. Well, I'm out of here, guys. I'm excited to read your comments about Duane Thomas, and go Big 12.